Hey everybody, it's time for the second game of the series between the Braves and the Giants after the Braves won the first game in dramatic fashion with that comeback victory. So in this video, I'm going to combine the final two innings of each of the last two games of the series. This is game 2, and then we'll follow up with game 3. So in game 2, I played the first 7 innings, and after 7 complete, we have the Giants with a 5-4 lead. The Braves scored 3 in the top of the first. Deion James singled. Oberkfell was hit by a pitch. Gerald Perry doubled and then subsequently stole third. After Murphy struck out, Griffey walked, and Andres Thomas grounded into a fielder's choice, which allowed Perry to score to make it 3-0. That was against spot starter Roger Mason. And then Mason went 3 innings, allowing just the 3 runs after that. Bottom of the third, Giants got him some help. Pinch hitter Mike Aldretti led off, or with 1 out, hit a triple. He hit a pinch hit triple off that 3-3-3 roll. It was a pinch hit triple. And Will Clark followed with a home run to make it a 3-2 ball game. And that's the way it stayed until the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, Matt Williams led off the inning striking out. Pinch hitter Harry Spillman got a single. Will Clark followed with a single, and that moved Spillman to third, so runners were at the corners. Chili Davis was hit by a pitch, all this against starter David Palmer. And after Palmer struck out Jeffrey Leonard, you thought he might get out of the jam, but then he gave up a single to Candy Maldonado, which produced 1 run and left the bases loaded. And then Chris Brown singled, and that was bringing in 2 runs. He brought in both Clark and Davis with that single to make it a 5-3 game, and Palmer was done at that point. Gene Garber came in, got Bob Brenly to line out to the third baseman to end the inning. And so after 5 complete, it was 5-3 Giants. And then the Giants made a double switch after that inning. Jim Gott came in to pitch this and bat in Chris Brown's old slot. And Chris Spire moved from second to third base, and Robbie Thompson was inserted at second base in the 9th position. And it stayed 5-3 until the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, after Glenn Hubbard grounded to third, pinch hitter Ted Simmons got a single. And after Deion James flied to center for the second out, Ken Oberkfell hit a double. And on a lead die of 4, that allowed Simmons to come across to score. And that made it a 5-4 game. And then Gerald Perry popped to second to end the inning. And that's where we are. And now for the Braves, new pitcher has just come in thanks to Simmons pinch hitting. It's Jeff Dedman. So Jeff Dedman's going to come into the ball game to pitch. He has no qualities, but he will be an ace for the first at bat. And if we look at both teams' benches and bullpen, we see that the Giants have used a lot of their players. They have 2 players on the bench. They have Eddie Milner and the backup catcher Bob Melvin. And in their bullpen, they still have Greg Minton and Scott Goreltz to go to. They used their only left-hander, Mark Davis. He's already been used, so he is no longer available. For Atlanta, you have on the bench, you have Greg Nettles, Gary Renicky, Ozzie Virgil, and Albert Hall. And in the bullpen, you have 2 lefties, Olwine and Asemacher, and 2 righties, Acker and Paleo. And somehow or another, I managed to go through the first 7 innings and have not used a manager card as of yet. Kind of unusual, but just none of the situations seemed to want to deem it to be used. And before we get going, I'll update everybody on the umpires, who have had 1 umpire check in this game, and the umpire was not respected, so he was unable to allow a throw out at third. So the runner got to go from first to third and be safe. So the home plate umpire in this game is Bruce Fremming. Jim Quick is at first. Charlie Williams is at second, and John Kibler is at third. He was the one who was not respected. So with a runner at first, there was a base hit into the outfield, and a respected umpire would have called the runner going from first to third. They would have called him out, but he was not respected, so called him safe. And that actually was part of that 5th inning that the Giants scored the 3 runs on. It was Aldretti, the pinch hitter, who went from first to third on the single by Will Clark. And had he been respected, the pinch hitter Aldretti would have been called out at third, and the Giants would never have scored the runs that they scored. But that's the way this ball game goes. The umpires are a part of it, and that's the uniqueness of this game. It's the only game out there that I know of that incorporates umpires. All right, so now we're ready to go for the top of the eighth. Jeff Robinson is the new pitcher for the Giants. So Dedman will be coming on. Actually, Dedman pitched the bottom of the seventh. My bad. Jeff Robinson is the new pitcher. He is an ace this at bat because of the first batter he faces. He's also a star with flash, and he'll be facing Dale Murphy, who was the designated hot hitter in this game, although he is 0 for 3. And on the pregame checks, nothing dramatic happened except that the Braves are semi-dissident as a team, and there was a minor issue with the manager for the Giants, and that because of that, the Giants were deemed to be dissident. So the Giants are dissident, and the Braves are semi-dissident. All right, we're ready to go. Top of the eighth. It is 5-4. Giants lead it. Jeff Robinson's in to try to hold it. Dale Murphy is in to try to get the Braves back into it. See if they have any late inning magic like they had in the previous game. So we shall see. Let's see what happens here. It is a 1-3-3. 1-3-3. Pitcher spot is blank. Is the batter a slugger? Dale Murphy is a home run king, but not a slugger. So he will not get a home run. He flies to left. So Dale Murphy got into one, but not quite enough. And there's one away. And that'll bring up Ken Griffey, who is the designated cold batter in this game. And Griffey is 0 for 2. It is a 1-5-6. So a 1-5-6 asks, well, the pitcher spot is blank. It's asked if he's a whiffer. No, he's not a whiffer. So we have outfield drama. So outfield drama for the Giants. And everybody in their outfield is neutral, so no decide or die will be needed. It is a 1-2. Right fielder iron? No, he's not. If he was, he would misjudge the fly ball, but it's a routine fly out since Candy Maldonado is not iron. So there's quickly 2 away here in the top of the eighth. Braves running out of outs. And Andres Thomas, the batter, shortstop. Andres Thomas, he is 1 for 3. It is a 4-5-5. 4-5-5. Does the pitcher have flash? Jeff Robinson does have flash. Says he strikes him out unless the batter has a good eye, which Andres Thomas does not. So it is a strikeout. So Jeff Robinson gets the strikeout to end the inning. And nothing doing for the Braves here in the bottom of the eighth. I'm sorry, top of the eighth. We go to the bottom of the eighth with the score still Giants 5 and Braves 4. Jeff Dedman will be starting his second inning of work, which means he is now semi-fresh. And he'll be facing Bob Brenly, Chris Spire, and Matt Williams. So here is the first delivery to Brenly. It's a 1-3-6. 1-3-6, is he an ace? No, he's not an ace. Is the batter a whiffer or cold? Brenly is a semi-whiffer. Decide or die says he is a whiffer, so we have a strikeout. So Bob Brenly goes down on strikes, 1 away. And that'll bring up Chris Spire. He started out at second base. He is now playing third. And he is a utility infielder that can play almost any infield position. It is a 1-4-5. 1-4-5, is he a struggler? No, he's not. The batter's portion is blank, so we got a ground out to third base. So Spire grounds to Oberkfell at third for out number 2. And that'll bring up Matty Williams. Matt Williams is 0 for 3. He is the designated cold batter coming into the game, and he's lived up to it. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. But he's not going to say anything about it. 2-2-4. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. No, he's not pitching at home. And actually, the Braves have made 2 outs on this pitching at home chart in this game. So the Giants being at home has gotten them 2 outs during this game. Is he a slugger? He is a semi-slugger. Decide or Die says he is a slugger, so therefore he doubles to left field. So it's a double to left field, and a 2-out double by Matt Williams keeps the inning going for Robbie Thompson in the number 9 slot. He went to the number 9 slot on that double switch back in the 6th inning, and he walked his first time up. Actually, I take it back. He has not come to hit yet. This is his first at bat. All right, first at bat. It is a 2-3-6. 2-3-6 double control. No. Is the pitcher batting? No. It's a walk. So it's a walk to Robbie Thompson. We have a walk. So runners are at first and second. And Jeff Dedman is one batter away from becoming a struggler. And with Will Clark, the lefty, coming up, the Braves are going to go to their bullpen. And Chuck Tanner is going to opt for Paul Assenmacher. So Paul Assenmacher is into the ball game. And we'll be right back with a pitching change. Okay, Jeff Dedman pitched an inning and 2/3. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Can't close the book yet. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility. But Paul Assenmacher is in. He is an ace this bat to face Will Clark with 2 outs and 2 on. So trying to get out of this and give the Braves a chance to come back in the 9th. Here's Assenmacher to Clark. It is a 1-5-6. 1-5-6 for the pitcher is blank. Is he a whiffer? Clark is a semi-whiffer, but the side or die says no. So we got outfield drama. So outfield drama, and all the outfielders are neutral for the Braves, so no decide or die needed. It is a 1-2. So a 1-2. Right fielder iron? Nope. So it's a routine fly out. Murphy was able to haul it in. And Assenmacher pitches out of the jam. And we go to the top of the 9th with the score. The Giants 5 and the Braves 4. Okay, top of the 9th. Close the book on Jeff Robinson. He pitched 1 inning and didn't allow anything. He did pick up a strikeout. But coming in to try to close the game out is the Moon Man, Greg Minton. He will be on, and he will be an ace this first at bat. Scheduled hitter for the Braves to lead off the inning. We're at the bottom of the order. It's Bruce Benedict's scheduled, but he will not hit. Ozzie Virgil. Ozzie Virgil, as Chuck Tanner is going to his bench here, and he's got some bench players to go to. So if we look at the players available on the bench for the Braves, he's got Nettles, Renicky, Virgil, and Hall. So Ozzie Virgil is going to come in and pinch hit for Bruce Benedict, as he is a home run king, and 1 swing of the bat could tie the game, much like the previous game. So we'll see if he can pull that off. But Greg Minton is trying to have a say-so in that. He is an ace this at bat against Ozzie Virgil. It is a 4-4-5. 4-4-5. Is he a workman? No, he's not a workman. Is the batter patient? No, he's not patient. So he grounds out to first base. So Ozzie Virgil grounds to Will Clark for out number 1. 1 away. So that pinch hitting opportunity did not work out for the Braves. Glenn Hubbard is the next scheduled hitter, but he's going to be called back. Hubbard's going to be called back, and we're going to get Greg Nettles. So Greg Nettles is in to pinch hit for Glenn Hubbard, as he is a semi-slugger, and Chuck Tanner is trying to find lightning in a bottle here. So Greg Nettles will pinch hit for Hubbard. See what he can do. And Minton is no longer an ace. He's merely a semi-star. So Greg Nettles in to pinch hit. See if he can find lightning in a bottle. 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Is the batter a pitcher wild? No. Is the batter a sad sack? Nettles is a semi-sad sack, but the side or die says no. So he does not ground to second. He hits a single to right field. And he steals second base. Stoic runner holds. He's semi-stoic. The side or die says he's not stoic. So how do you like that? Greg Nettles with a pinch hit single, and he steals second base. When's the last time Greg Nettles stole a base? Well, he did it right here. And we're going to get an unusual play here where the runner who stole a base is going to be replaced with a pinch runner. So Albert Hall, who is active runner, is going to come in and pinch run for Nettles. And so he is the runner at second base now, not Greg Nettles. And the pitcher spot is up, but of course they won't bat, and Gary Renicky is going to come in to pinch hit. So let's update our board, and let's see here. I think they've used everybody now. Yep, Nettles just pinch hit. Renicky is pinch hitting. Virgil has already pinch hit, and Albert Hall is pinch running. So nobody left on the Braves as far as pinch hitters go. They do have 3 relievers in the bullpen: Olwine, Palaio, and Acker, should they make it to the bottom of the 9th. And they do have they do have Jim Acker loosening in the bullpen in case they do reach that bottom of the 9th. But Gary Renicky is going to be the pinch hitter here, with Albert Hall at second base and 1 out. A base hit would probably tie the ball game. So let's see. Gary Renicky facing Greg Minton, the Moon Man. 1-5-6, and I don't know why they called him the Moon Man. I just know they did. I'll probably Google it and find out. But right now we're just playing the game. 1-5-6. 1-5-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is the batter a whiffer? Gary Renicky is not a whiffer. So we got outfield drama. So outfield drama for the Giants, and in their outfield, everyone is neutral. So no decider die needed. It is a 5-6. So in the outfield, 5-6 left fielder Iron. Looping fly ball, can't get there. No, it's a single, but he's not Iron. So it's a looping fly ball that lands in the glove for an out. So it's a fly out to the left fielder, Jeffrey Leonard, for out number 2. So Renicky unable to duplicate his magic from the previous game. And now it's up to Deion James. He's the last hope. Deion James. And in the ball game, Deion James is 1 for 4. He led off the game with a single, but he's been 0 for 3 since. So Chuck Tanner crossing his fingers here, hoping to get Deion James going here. Minton, a 4-5-6. 4-5-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is the batter patient? No, he's not, so he flies out to center, and the ball game is over. So Minton holds on, and the Giants hold on, and the Braves' 2-game winning streak has come to an end. So the Braves could not quite get it done. They have now split the 2 games so far in San Francisco, and the record now in the 10th game is 5-5. I'll be back with the totals, and then after this, we'll attach the Game 11 video, which is the 3rd and final game of the series. We'll do the last 2 innings on that, the same as I did the 2 innings here. And the pitching matchup in that game is going to be Rick Mailer for the Braves and Mark Grant for the Giants. Okay, the final totals in the ball game. For the Giants, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 6 on base. For the Braves, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 6 on base. Winning pitcher was Mark Davis. He pitched 2 innings of relief, the 4th and the 5th. And since the Giants scored those 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, they belong to him. He gets the victory. Greg Minton picks up the save with his scoreless 9th. And taking the loss was starter David Palmer. He pitched 4 2/3 and allowed 8 hits and all 5 runs, walking 2, striking out 3. So the Braves dropped to 5-5 on the season, and the final game of the series is coming up next. On the video, we'll attach the last 2 innings of the 3rd and final game of the series, Game 11 of the season. Will be attached to this, and then once that game's over, the Braves will hop on the Delta Red Eye and fly to the Lone Star State to take on the Houston Astros and start a 3-game series there. So get ready for Game 10, which is Game 3 of the series, coming up next. Okay, guys, it's the final game of the San Francisco series, Game 3, Game 11 on the season. And as protocol has been going here lately, when I play anything other than the first game of a series, I pick the game up towards the end, usually in the last 2 innings, to finish it out. and then that keeps the video count or length way down and just kind of keeps everybody up to date with what's going on. Similar situation here in the final game of the series. In the pregame checks, San Francisco came up as semi-harmonious, and thanks to that, Joel Youngblood, their backup infielder, is credited with being a hero this game. The Braves rolled a dissonant roll because they have a one-game losing streak, and I rolled a die of 1, so it immediately put them to dissonant. And on their game day check, Ed Olwine, their least used reliever, is a struggler in this game. So those are the game day checks. Starters in the game were Rick Mailer and Mark Grant. They have now both departed. Instead of picking this up in the 8th inning, I'm going to pick it up in the 7th inning. We played 6 complete, and right now the score is 4-4. And I'll give a quick recap of the scoring. Started in the bottom of the first, Chris Spire, of all people, hit a home run, and he got that home run on a 1-1-1 roll, and Rick Mailer, not being an ace, was unable to stop it, so it's 1-0. That stayed that way until the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth, Gerald Perry walked and stole second after Murphy lined to second. Ken Griffey hit a home run because he got the slugger. He found a slugger result. I believe it was a 1-3-3 result, and he was a slugger. So that allowed him to hit the home run, give the Braves a 2-1 lead. That didn't last very long because in the bottom of the fourth, Candy Maldonado got a single after Chris Brown flied to center. Bob Melvin hit a home run, and I believe it was the same situation on the slugger routine. So, or it may have been a home run king, I don't recall off the top of my head. But either way, he hit a 2-run homer to give the Giants a 3-2 lead at that time. Stayed that way till the top of the sixth. Top of the sixth, Ken Oberkfell led off with a single. Gerald Perry doubled him home and also stole third on that result. And then Dale Murphy singled him in to bring in the second run of the inning. Murphy did reach second base on an error by Candy Maldonado, who bobbled the ball in the outfield. But then Grant settled down and got the last men in the order 3 up, 3 down, or 3 in a row. And with the last out being made by Ozzie Virgil, the pitcher spot's going to come up second here in the top of the 7th. So when a pitching change was made by bringing in Jim Acker, because Jim Acker had to come in the bottom of the 6th, there's going to be a double switch, or there was a double switch. So Acker is hitting in the 6th spot. Rafael Ramirez takes over at shortstop and will hit in the 9 spot. So the Braves took a 4-3 lead at that point until the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th with Mailer still in there. Candy Maldonado singled and stole second to help make up for that error. After a walk to Chris Brown, Mailer hit Bob Melvin, and that was it for Mailer. He left at that point. Jim Acker came in, and he got what he thought was a strikeout. It was a 1-4-4 check, which said he had flash, so it was a strikeout. But Jim Quick, the home plate umpire, is questionable, and the sire die said he was questionable, so that turned into a walk, which forced in the tying run. But then Acker settled down, struck out Matt Williams, got the pinch hitter Harry Spillman to line to second, and then got Will Clark to pop to second. And that's where we are, starting the top of the 7th at 4-4. And I'm just getting ready now to bring in a new pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, and that's going to be Scott Garrelts. So Scott Garrelts is going to come in and pitch here, in the top of the 7th. Scott Garrelts, top 7. He will be in. He is semi-star and a flash, and he's also an ace on the first at bat. And he will be facing Glenn Hubbard. So Scott Garrelts has not pitched in the series yet, so this is his first opportunity. And here we go with the bat against Hubbard. It is a 3-5-6, and that is the same check. So they're both righties, so that is a strikeout. So first batter that Garrelts faced, and he benefits from the 3-5-6 check for a strikeout. That'll bring up Rafael Ramirez. Remember, he came in on the double switch, so he is batting in the 9th position. Ramirez. It is a 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? He's a semi-star. Decider Die says no. So we skipped that check. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? No, he's a scrapper and he's eager. So therefore he singles to center field. An active runner steals, but he is neutral. So Rafael Ramirez is the first at bat of the ball game, and it is a base hit to put the go-ahead run on base. And now we're back to the top of the order and Dion James. So Dion James, he is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. It is a 2-3-6. 2-3-6 asks, does the pitcher have double control? No. Is it the pitcher batting? No. So therefore, it is a walk. So it's a walk to Dion James, and that puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And Ken Oberkfell, the batter. Oberkfell is 1 for 3 with a single. He's also grounded into a double play and struck out. It is a 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not a struggler yet. Batter is blank. It's a ground out to first base. And that's going to be a 3-6-3 double play as Will Clark's going to turn that along with Matt Williams. So that is a 3-6-3 double play. Second one hit into by Oberkfell in this game to end the inning. And we've got 7th inning stretch time here at Candlestick Park. I did not bring out the baseball cards or the Candlestick Park picture because I'm going for expediency, and I only bring out those things for the first game of the series. So that's why I have the basic boards out there right now. And Chili Davis steps in against Jim Acker, who is now semi-fresh since he's in his 2nd inning of work. Davis against Acker. It is a 1-1-5. 1-1-5 asks, is he fresh? He's semi-fresh. Decider Die says he is fresh, so it's a pop out to the infielder of our choice. So we'll say he pops out to, how about Oberkfell? Give Oberkfell some play over there. All right, so it's pop out to third, 1 away, and that'll bring up Jeffrey Leonard. Jeffrey Leonard, 2 flaps down, or 1 flap down, I forget what he called him. When he hit a home run, he would go around the bases with 1 arm hanging down. It had something to do with flaps down. You can Google it, I guess. I don't remember off the top of my head. 1-4-4. 1-4-4, does he have flash quality? Acker does have flash quality. But again, the umpire is going to get him because the umpire glasses, Jim Quick's going to be questionable. So what are you going to do with that? All right, so Jim Acker gets cheated again, so to speak, by Jim Quick, who is not making any friends in Atlanta right now. That's the 2nd strikeout he has overturned. Some people play it where you re-roll that to check to see if there's a dot, but in these instances, unless I'm going to an umpire check specifically in the book, I'm going to keep the same roll I had originally, and that was a dot, so that's the way it happens. All right, here's Candy Maldonado. Acker would just have to pitch around it. It is a 2-4-5. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Candy Maldonado just happens to be a hero. So that is a single to left field. And on a single to left field with a lead die of 2, Leonard will only get 1 base. So runners are at first and second. And there is only 1 out. And that'll bring up Chris Brown, the 3rd baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. It is a 1-2-4. 1-2-4. Does the pitcher have control? No, he does not. Is the batter eager? He is semi-eager. Decider Die says he is eager, so he pops out to the 1st baseman, Gerald Perry, for out number 2. And that was a big out there to get. And now here's Bob Melvin. He did homer earlier in the game. So Chuck Tanner, who has only used 1 manager card so far, will use another. And the card he's going to use is he's going to walk to the mound. He's going to walk to the mound and give Acker an ace quality this at bat to try to prevent a long ball from Melvin. So Acker is now an ace on this at bat with runners at first and second and 2 outs. See if that move pays off. 1-5-6 is blank for the pitcher, actually, so it really didn't matter. Whiffer. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. Decider die says he is a whiffer, so therefore he strikes out. So even he would have struck him out even without the manager card, but can't take the chance sometimes. You wait and it ends up costing you. So Tanner wasn't taking any chances. He wanted to get out there and make sure he got through that inning, which he did. So we go to the 8th, and Gerald Perry leads things off, and Garrelts is now a semi-fresh pitcher. So 1-2-6. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? No, he's not. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. So it's a single past second base for Gerald Perry. So Perry with his second hit of the game, and that result was in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And Garrelts is cold based on giving up that base hit. And Dale Murphy is coming to the plate, and he is hot based on a single he had previously. So hold the phone there. Hold the phone there. We're going to have Roger Craig make a manager move. It'll be his second of the game. He's going to have a one-on-one pep talk with Scott Garrelts. And the cold pitcher now becomes neutral. So Scott Garrelts will now be neutral rather than cold. And Murphy is already hot. Can't do anything about that. The Giants can't do anything about that. So here we go on the right now chart. Murphy is hot. Garrelts is neutral. It's a 1-3. 1-3. Cold pitcher. Well, it's a good thing he used the manager card because he's not cold. He's neutral. It would have been a hanging pitch smack in the center for a single. Otherwise, the batter lines out to shallow center. So Roger Craig saved himself a base hit there by Atlanta and potentially runners at first and second and nobody out by using that manager card. So that was a well-used manager card by Roger Craig. He's kind of grinning over in the San Francisco dugout. Both managers have used 2 strategy cards. They both have 4 left. And we're in the 8th inning, so they're both in good shape as far as that goes. Ken Griffey, the batter. He's been feast or famine. He's singled, homered, and struck out. It's a 4-4-5. 4-4-5. Is he a workman? Garrelts is not a workman. Is Griffey patient? No, he's not. He grounds out to first, and that is a runner's advance. So Griffey grounds to Will Clark, who steps on the bag for the second out. Perry will move up to second base. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs now. But the pitcher spot is up, so we're going to have a pinch hitter for Jim Acker. He pitched an inning and 2/3. I'm sorry, he pitched 2 innings of shutout relief, so he certainly did his job. He will step aside, and the new pinch hitter is going to be Ted Simmons. So Ted Simmons is going to pick up a bat and hit for Jim Acker in a pretty big spot with the go-ahead run Perry at second base and 2 outs. So Ted Simmons pinch hitting here in the top of the 8th. Chance to put the Braves in the lead. Here's the pitch from Garrelts to Simmons. It's a 4-5-5. 4-5-5. Does the pitcher have flash? Garrelts does have flash. It's a strikeout unless Simmons has a good eye, which he does not. So it is a strikeout. So Garrelts gets the strikeout, and he gives 2 solid innings to the Giants in relief also. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we're right back with a pitching change for Atlanta as they have to go to their bullpen. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score still Braves 4, Giants 4. Okay, Jim Acker, his line for the game, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. And new Braves pitcher is Charlie Paleo. He will come in to pitch the 8th inning. And he'll be facing the bottom portion of the Giants order, Chris Spire, Matt Williams, and then a pinch hitter for Scott Garrelts. So Scott Garrelts' day is also going to be done. And we'll probably have Mike Aldretti. He's already picked up a bat and will be hitting for Garrelts. So it's going to be Spire, Williams, and Aldretti due up for the Giants here in the bottom of the 8th against Charlie Paleo, who is an ace on this first at-bat. It is a 1-1-6. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's a strikeout. So Paleo strikes out Chris Spire for out number 1, and that will bring up Matt Williams. So Matt Williams steps to the plate. And we got a 2-5-6. 2-5-6 is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter a champion or patient? He is neither. He's actually semi-eager. So we got infield drama. So infield drama for the Braves, and all the infielders are neutral, so no decide or die needed. It is a 2-3 on infield drama. Second baseman iron. No, he's not iron, so it's a ground out. So Hubbard handles that play very easily for out number 2. And now Mike Aldretti stepping to the plate. He's going to pinch hit for Garrelts. And in the bullpen for the Giants, as we look at the bullpen, they are going to, looks like, turn to Jeff Robinson. Looks like he will get the call. Actually, I'll take that back. It's going to be Jim Gott. Jim Gott is going to be the new pitcher coming into the ball game for the Giants since they don't have the lead. They're going to bring in Jim Gott to try to keep things settled for them in the 9th. But right now, Mike Aldretti stepping to the plate as the pinch hitter, facing Charlie Palaio. So Mike Aldretti against Charlie Palaio. It is a 1-5-6. 1-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? He is not a whiffer. So we're back to drama, this time in the outfield variety. Again, neutral for the Braves, so no decider. It is a 1-2. 1-2, right fielder iron. No, Murphy is not iron. He's neutral, so it's a routine fly out. So Aldretti flies out to Dale Murphy to end the inning. We go to the 9th with the score still Atlanta 4 and San Francisco 4. And we'll be right back with the new pitcher, Jim Gott. Okay, we can close the book on Scott Garrelts. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2. And the new pitcher is Jim Gott. He's a semi-workman with flash quality, but he is an ace this first at bat, and he will be facing the bottom portion of the Braves order, Virgil, Hubbard, and Ramirez. Here is Ozzie Virgil, who happens to be a home run king. It is a 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Ask, is he an ace? Yes, he is. This first at bat, he is an ace, and Virgil does not have a good eye, so it is going to be a strikeout for Jim Gott. Had he not been, it would have been, well, he would have struck out anyway because the next check would have been a whiffer. So either way, Virgil was doomed on that at bat. There's 1 away, and that'll bring up Glenn Hubbard, and Gott goes back to his normal semi-workman self now. As Hubbard steps to the plate, Hubbard is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. It's a 5-6-6. 5-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he does not, so he strikes out. So it's another strikeout. Strikeout of Hubbard, and this time we're going to the right now chart since that was in blue. And Rafael Ramirez is stepping to the plate. He is a hot hitter because he got a single his last time up. And Jim Gott is a hot pitcher thanks to that strikeout. So hot batter against hot pitcher on the right now chart. And we get a 2-6. 2-6. Hot pitcher. Yes, he is a hot pitcher. Overpowers batter with best pitch, strikeout. So how do you like that? Jim Gott has just come in and struck out the side here in the 9th. And the Braves get nothing and like it. And we go to the bottom of the 9th with the score still 4-4. And new pitcher, well, Charlie Palaio is still in there, but with Will Clark coming up, they want to go to a lefty here. They're not going to take any chances here. They don't want to, with a semi-fresh Palaio, they want to go with a fresh pitcher. And the fresh pitcher is going to be Paul Assenmacher. So Assenmacher is going to come in and pitch for Atlanta. Start this bottom of the 9th against Will Clark. He will be an ace this first at bat. And now we can go over to the Braves roster and look at who is still left. We know San Francisco just used Aldretti, so he's no longer available. And Gott is in, so he's no longer available. So they have Mark Davis, Jeff Robinson, and Greg Minton in their bullpen. The Braves have used Palaio just now and Assenmacher. So the Braves now have Olwine and Garber left on their bullpen. And on their bench, they have Nettles, Renicky, Benedict, and Hall. The Giants have Youngblood, Melvin, and Milner. So we're whittling down the available players. So it's maybe a war of attrition here. But for right now, it is Asemacher against Will Clark. Asemacher is, of course, an ace on this first at bat. So we'll see what he can do with Will Clark. It's a 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Is he wild? No, he's not wild. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. It's a single to right field, and it's a stolen base, but a stoic runner holds. Clark is semi-stoic. Decider says no, so Clark is going to single and steal second base to start off the bottom of the ninth. Inauspicious start here for Asemacher, and that will bring up Chili Davis. And so Chili Davis is up. First base is open, so they're going to intentionally walk Chili Davis. They're going to give him a free pass with first base open to try to set up a double play. And with the right-hander Jeff Leonard coming up, Chuck Tanner goes to the bullpen again for Gene Garber. Sidewinding right-hander Gene Garber looking to potentially get a double play ball out of this. So Garber is in. Asemacher did not do what he had hoped. He didn't get anybody out. Faced two batters, gave up a hit and a walk, although the walk was intentional. But not what Chuck Tanner was hoping for, obviously. So Gene Garber is in, and he is an ace this at bat against Jeff Leonard. It would normally be a bunt situation, but Leonard's not really much of a bunter. So we're going to go ahead and Roger Craig's going to go ahead and have him swing away. Here's Jeffrey Leonard against Garber. It is a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 asks, does he have control? He does have semi-control. Decider says he does have control. So it's a ground out to the pitcher, and on a ground to the pitcher, it's a fielder's choice. So Will Clark will go to third base. Davis is out 1-6 for the first out of the inning, and Leonard reaches on first base with the fielder's choice. So now runners are at the corners with one out for Candy Maldonado, and the Braves are looking to turn two. They're going to play the infield at double play depth to try to turn two on Candy Maldonado. Gene Garber in the wind. Here's the delivery. It's a 1-2-5. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No, he's not. Is the batter patient? No, he's semi-eager. Therefore, it's a ground out to third base. It's a ground out to third base, which would normally be a double play, but if he's a whiffer, it's a strikeout. Maldonado is a semi-whiffer. Decider says he is a whiffer. So in this case, that hurts the Braves because instead of an inning double play, it's simply a strikeout, and the inning continues. So that's one time where a strikeout hurts you. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. All right, Gene Garber has to face Chris Brown. Last chance for the Giants here. Runners at the corners and two outs. Here's the pitch from Garber to Brown. It's a 2-2-5. 2-2-5. Is he a star? He is not a star. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? He is neither. So therefore, it's a single to center field. It's a walk-off single. Chris Brown has done it. Chris Brown has singled home Will Clark, and the ball game is over. And the Braves have lost the last two games of this series, both in nail-biting fashion. This one on a walk-off single by Chris Brown to give the Giants the series victory 2-1. And Chuck Tanner and the Braves looking dejected as they go to their clubhouse and then get ready to board a plane for Houston. We'll be right back with the totals. Okay, let's get the final line score. The Giants, with a walk-off single from Chris Brown, with two outs in the bottom of the ninth, scoring Will Clark, have taken a 5-4 victory over the Braves in the wrap-up of this series. For the Giants, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They did leave 10 runners on base, so the Braves were teetering the whole game with trouble. For the Braves, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. The winning pitcher was Jim Gott, who pitched a perfect ninth by striking out all 3 batters he faced. The losing pitcher was Paul Asemacher. He started off the ninth inning by allowing a single to Will Clark and then an intentional walk to Davis, but it was Clark who scored the winning run. Garber finished up with 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit and 1 strikeout. The hit allowed the inherited run to score, and that's going to do it here from Candlestick. Braves drop now to 5-6, so they dip below 500 for the first time in a while. 5-6, and they're going to Houston to face the tough Astro team in a 3-game series, and they're kind of limping out to Texas after all of this has happened. The pitching matchup in the first game of the series is going to be, well, they do get a day off because today was the April 19th. The first game is April 21st, so they will get a day off to recoup and maybe recoup and regroup. And in that first game of the series, it'll be 2 lefties going. It'll be Zane Smith for Atlanta against Bob Nepper for the Astros. So that's going to do it from here. Unfortunately, the Braves, it was an exciting game, but unfortunately for the Braves side of the house, they came up on the short end of the stick. And it was actually one of those rare cases where a strikeout hurt them. Had they not had the strikeout, it would have been a double play and we would still be playing. So it's another unique aspect of this particular game. You can get a good result and ends up going against you, so to speak. So that's going to do it from here for History Maker Baseball in the final game of the Atlanta-San Francisco series. And we'll see everybody next time down the road from the Astrodome.